Some stories don't begin with fireworks. Some begin quietly, with a woman sitting on the edge of her bed, staring at a life she doesn't recognize anymore. This is the story of Hania Ahmed, a woman who slowly broke into pieces without anyone noticing, and how she learned to rebuild herself one breath at a time.
The woman people thought was strong. To the world, Hanya looked like the strongest woman in every room. She was the kind of person everyone went to for advice, support, or a shoulder to cry on. Friends said she was emotionally mature. Family said she was responsible. Her partner, Zian, called her the stable one. But no one ever asked, "Who supports you?" Because strong women rarely get asked that question. Hanya carried everyone's burdens, and in that process, she forgot she had a heart that could get tired too.
The slow breaking. It didn't happen in one day. Hanya didn't explode or collapse dramatically. Her breaking was slow, invisible, like a crack in a glass that grows quietly. It happened in the little things. When Zion stopped listening to her feelings, when her family assumed she'd always be fine, when her friends texted her only when they needed something, when her own dreams were labeled unrealistic. Whenever she tried to express pain, people said, "Don't overthink. You're strong, you can handle it. You're too emotional. It's not a big deal." So eventually, she stopped talking. The night the smile disappeared. One night, after a long day filled with pretend laughter and fake okayness, Hania walked into her room, closed the door, and sat on the floor. She tried to smile at herself in the mirror just to see if she still could, but the smile didn't come. Her lips trembled, her voice shook, and for the first time in years, Hania whispered, "I feel completely alone." The room didn't reply. Nobody knocked on the door to check on her. Her phone did not ring. She was surrounded by people, yet she felt completely invisible. That night, Hania cried until her tears dried on her cheeks. The explanation she needed to hear. The next morning, she didn't put on makeup. She didn't force a smile. She didn't pretend. She sat in front of her mirror and spoke to her reflection like she would to a friend. Your sadness is not weakness. Your emotions are real. You are not wrong for wanting to be understood. You have carried too much for too long. She explained to herself the truth she had ignored. Strong women break too. They just do it silently. The moment of change. Healing didn't happen overnight, but one small moment changed everything. Hania was walking home from work when she saw a little girl crying because her ice cream fell. Instead of telling her, "Don't cry," her mother hugged her tight and said, "It's okay to be sad, baby. Let it out." That simple sentence hit Hanya like a wave. She realized she never had anyone who told her it was okay to cry. So that night, Hanya let herself feel everything she had buried for years. Her pain, her loneliness, her disappointments, her exhaustion. And finally, she felt lighter, rebuilding herself. Hanya didn't transform magically. She rebuilt slowly. She stopped saying yes when she wanted to say no. She set boundaries. She stopped explaining her worth to people who didn't care. She took breaks without guilt. She cried when she needed to. She chose herself, even when others didn't. Bit by bit, day by day, Hanya began to remember herself. And one morning, as she brushed her hair, she saw something familiar in the mirror. A smile. Small, soft, but real. She touched her cheek and whispered, "Welcome back." A woman reborn. Life didn't suddenly become perfect, but Hania changed in a way that mattered. She no longer lived to be strong for others. She lived to be gentle with herself. She no longer begged to be understood. She learned to walk away from people who couldn't. She didn't want a perfect life. She wanted a peaceful one, and she finally believed she deserved it. The message for every woman. Anya's story is not rare. It is not dramatic. It is real. Because sometimes the saddest stories are the ones lived quietly. And if you are a woman listening to this, maybe this story is secretly about you. Maybe you too forgot how to smile. Maybe you too became strong because you had no other choice. But remember this, you deserve softness. You deserve understanding. You deserve rest. And you deserve to come back to yourself slowly, gently, beautifully.